Hello YouTube, it's Yaroslav and Philosophy Man YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about computer game, one particular franchise of computer games called Fallout. I was a big fan of this franchise. I played the first, the second part, and I played the spin-off Fallout Tactics. I also played the third part and Fallout New Vegas. However, it didn't work well for me or with the fourth part and the online survival MMORPG part of the game called Fallout 76. I didn't like those last two games even after watching some preview on the YouTube, and it didn't really work for me with the gameplay either. However, I consider the first few parts genius, and I want to concentrate the attention mostly on the spin-off of the series on the game called Fallout Tactics. For me, it was the first part I played. At that time, I was a 10 or 11-year-old child, and it left a really great impression for me. For even today, I consider it to be one of the best sci-fi experiences I had, including and in comparison with sci-fi books and sci-fi films. Fallout is so deeply developed and so deeply detailed, so it seems like after you played it, it seems like you read a very good book. And Tactics usually is condemned to be a failure of the series, but I don't think so. Tactics possesses the great atmosphere, great ambient music, and though it is not a role-playing game in the usual sense, it is very immersive, and that's the main thing for me, especially when I was a child. The Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 are great games. They are shadows. However, I played them when I was a little bit more mature, so maybe they didn't imprint it in me as the game of my quote childhood. And why people didn't like Fallout Tactics? It was of different genre. It was a tactics slash RPG, not a classical RPG. And as we remember, the first two parts presented themselves mostly as classical role-playing games, isometric CRPGs. And that's probably the main reason people were not prepared for that new type of experience. But I still think that Tactics opens the world of the franchise from the unexpected side, and it does its job good. Why I don't like the fourth part of the series? I think it's obvious that it was actually a commercial failure. It didn't sell out. It was produced by the different company than the original parts of the Fallout, and it had different politics and different philosophy of development. It was a commercial product made for profit, not for hardcore gamers as the first two parts, not for people interested in atmosphere and plot as the Tactics, and not for people interested in the revival of the series as the third part. And Fallout New Vegas is somewhere on the level for me of Tactics and first two parts. It is a genius game, and it explores politics. Really, when you try to navigate through the plot of the Fallout New Vegas, you understand you have to deal with the real life politics. Different factions have different motivations, and you have to be a real politician just to understand what is going on, and you have to be very efficient to survive in that world and maybe even prosper. But the fourth part is just sort of Looney Tunes, I think. Mods and mod creators usually describe the game somehow better than the original creators. And you can see all sorts of the mods for the first two parts, also of the mods for the New Vegas, and they usually deal with the new mechanics, new areas, and most of the mods you can see at Steam for the fourth part are erotic mods, just showing the female models with big breasts or something. think that is very characterizing about the spirituality of the audience of the fourth part in comparison to the first parts of the franchise. Well, thank you for your attention. That was just my short thought on this game. Thank you. I hope you like it. Goodbye.